Well, hello. Day 18. Two more days at Number Corner and we can be done with this. All right. So make sure you're updating your calendar grid and then your calendar collector. We're going to be kind of looking at the results of at least the next first 18 days. And then you're going to need your Number Corner book, page 67. So please make sure you have your Number Corner book. And then when we get to the page, open up to page 67 and we'll get to work. All right. But just like my friend in my class that told me they couldn't see the numbers, here you go. Here are the measurements for, sorry, got a Twitter notification and a Stars app notification. Here are the measurements of the rectangular prism that you should be recording. Make sure that you are noticing the length, the width, and the height, and you're figuring out the volume in, not cubic units this time, but cubic centimeters. Please include your labels. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on. First things first, I want to take a look at your calendar collector. So make sure that you have your calendar collector all set up and open. If you have an electronic version, go ahead and look at your electronic version, compare your answers to my answers, and pause the video, make changes where you need to make changes. Still adding 75 cents each time because we're adding 3/4 of a dollar and we're adding 45 minutes each time to our total. Okay, hopefully that's all working out for you. You can start the video once you've checked and changed answers if you need to. All right, back to Number Corner, page 67. Okay, we're going to solve some fractions by adding some 3/4. Okay, so look at page 67. Look at numbers 1 through 4. Go ahead and solve those problems. And then we can come back and I have answers on the next slide, which I will provide. So number 1 says, imagine that we kept collecting 3/4 of a dollar for each and an hour each day. How many days could we, or how many days would we have a whole number in days, dollars, and an hour? So circle all that apply. So you got to look back at your calendar grid. All right, well, here I go. It looks like I have a whole number on day 4. Okay, and a whole number on day 8. Day 12, I'm sensing a pattern. Day 16, and then what is the next day that I'm going to have a whole number on? Looks like it's going to be a multiple of 4, right? So hopefully, if you take a look here, there are 2 answer choices. Okay, now using the sum or difference, show your work using pictures and consider using a number line. So what if I have 3 1/4 and I'm going to add a half? How would I solve that problem, right? I would do this, and maybe I will have a little bit of work over here. So let's go ahead and then we have to change our 1/2 to fourths. So I could change this to 3 1/4 because I'm not going to change this fraction at all, right? But I'm going to change my half to fourths and change it to 2/4. And what do you get for an answer now? 3 3/4. Did you get that for an answer? Okay, go ahead and do that for the rest of your problems and see what you come up with. Again, I will show you answers as soon as we move on to the next page. Okay, it says, now if we collected 1/4 of a dollar for 80 days, how much money would we have? It's a good question. How much is 1/4 of a dollar? I'm going to give you a hint, but I'm not going to tell you the answer. 1/4 of a dollar is 25 cents. So if we collected 25 cents for 80 days, how much money would we have? Okay, I'm going to give you another hint. What if we collected a quarter for 8 days? And then we multiplied that by 10. I'm not going to give you any more hints. So do your best. Try to figure it out. Now, number 4 says, what if you read for 3/4 of an hour? Or it says, I'm sorry, 3/4 of an hour per day. How many days would it take before you spent 12 hours of reading? Where could I find that information? I'm wondering how many days. Not sure. You can multiply 12 times 3/4, maybe. Or it was 3/4 times what equals 12. So where could I find that answer? Not so sure. I hope you can find it. All right. So anyway, here are your, go ahead and pause the video, answer numbers 1 through 4, and then when you're done, go ahead and press play and check your answers when you're done. There you go. Hopefully you got all those answers. If you didn't, please reach out to your teacher. They will, oh, look, Epic Games. Looks like my son is playing more Fortnite. All right. So anyway, let's make sure that you are, you have the right answers. And if you do have the right answers, awesome. If not, no big deal. Reach out to your teacher. Let's get those figured out, why you had certain answers, and we can fix those as soon as possible. Okay, I hope you guys understand what we're doing. And that's about it. So enjoy math.